Ladies and gentlemen, in an industry where 98.2% of the people fail, we are always told that motivation is the key to success. If we put in the hard work, the result will come out very pure. However, there are certain things within the industry which literally devolve itself from what's supposed to take you to the next level. These things are avoided, never considered, and actually have a big effect on whether or not you will actually make it as a trader or not. So we're going to talk about a little about motivation today. This is a fireside chat, and Newsbeat Live members in the room did ask me to make it public. These are things that we do every single Friday night practically inside the Newsbeat Live room. We decompress, we talk about our trading, and we actually, hundreds of us will be online at some crazy, ridiculous hour for some of you. If you're on the East Coast, it's not super ridiculous, 11:30 p.m., but a lot of you mommies and daddies are in bed, and I respect that. My children are in bed as well. But in trading, driven is a word we use to describe people who have experienced a great deal of success in life. Did you ever wonder why we use that word? Anyone? They're driven. Why not pushed or moved or some other word to describe them from getting from point A to point B? The word driven is actually derived from the term to drive strength, and it is used to describe the skill of learning, understanding, and using your desire to reach your goals. In other words, motivates you to do what you're best at in school, work, life, trading. Motivation is what makes us do the things we actually do. So, what actually motivates you? Several people have different motivations. Very few people, in my experience, are trading because they want a multi-million dollar mansion, a few Ferraris in the driveway, and a butler that literally opens the door from them when they come home and literally cooks them their meals. The motivation for most people in trading is to pay their bills, support their family, and potentially give their loved ones a better life than they've ever had. That's just part of being a good human being. And that is part of getting to the next level. And it's those core principles, ladies and gentlemen, which are devoid of trading. But we can definitely insert it back in. First of all, what motivates you? Everyone's motivated. It's not always for the same reasons. It's important to recognize and understand differences in motivators so we don't automatically assume that just because a person doesn't seem motivated by one thing, that they're not motivated by anything. Which I always find it funny with the prime motivator. Again, if you're probably marketed or however you found us here, or maybe you did it, maybe you're just recommended by a friend. We are a Green Roots movement here in the Newsbeat Live Room as well. But maybe people showing you a fancy modes of transportation, or a fancy house, or a very large number of P&L, which you wish you could have right now, which would make a lot of your life's problems a lot easier. Those really aren't your motivations, at least not for over 99% of you listening in right now. Your motivation, again, is to give somebody a better life than you had and or pay your bills while saving some money every single month. Almost every single one of you listening, if not, mathematically, there's a good chance, if not, every single one of you actually think like that. Different people have different things that motivate them. Everybody is motivated at some point of his or her life in their lives. The problem is that many people are not motivated often enough and long enough. As a result, instead of contributing to life, they actually take from life. The difference between givers and takers is how often they become actually motivated to do something. Givers keep trying to develop things around them. Because I was able to nurture, inform, and have really the best family in the world around me at the Newsbeat live room, I am able to lean on them and make money. In fact, it's thanks to them I make money every single day practically, if you want to round it up to a very micro percent in the high 90s. And that is very in thanks to the room around me. Now, a lot of the people in the room around me, I was the first person that offered a hand up, brought them up to their levels of where they are today, helped them evolve and grow into doing what they need to do by themselves, and put them in a positive atmosphere where they will do what they do best. The funny thing in the industry is you are often labeled by a handful of terms, and then you're thrown in a bucket, and then you're told what's good for you. However, trading never takes into account that we're all individuals, and even if it's a lot of the same psychological, moral, physical, and task principles that we could do on a daily basis in order to get us to exactly where we need to go in trading, in life, etc., it actually will come down to the point where you need to do what you do best in the market, whatever that is. I don't cram strategies down people's throats. That's why I allow them to thrive. That's why we have the highest retention rate here. While if you think I'm coming from a point of cocky or conceitedness, please keep in mind that I've been doing this for 13 years, and I know for more years what failure looks like when running a service like this than success. And I will tell you right now, the way Wall Street does it right now is very, very poor. And it does not benefit the vast, 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 vast majority of traders around them. They're taught techniques which empower them with confidence. After they apply those techniques, they are shot down into the floor. Then they're so psychologically toxic from the strategies that Wall Street, people like me, would throw at your face that after you fail, you look at yourself as the failure. You don't even look at somebody like me and say, maybe I let you down, or maybe the industry let you down. Not that it's healthy to point a finger, but let's just be honest. You are not 100% responsible for your losses in terms of the reasoning for them happening. You're 100% responsible of the consequences. But in terms of if we're talking about responsibility to the moral aspect of trading, trading what you do best is really the best thing to do. So how? With the various numbers of very overpriced and very what seemingly underpriced courses in forms of trading education out there, how is it even possible that 98% of traders fail when all these gurus are around them, flooding them with the best information possible? Are you telling me it's a lack of discipline? They'll tell you. That's what they're telling me. They'll tell you that too. It's a lack of your discipline. So wait, we have people who served in the Navy, Army, veterans, police officers, firemen, EMT, doctors, soldiers. You're telling me these people are the people who don't have the discipline to trade? Are you really telling me that? Because somebody like that has more discipline in their left pinky than most of us have in our entire bodies. So don't tell me it's a discipline issue. So what is it then? What is it then? Why does it happen? You're learning and this person's making money. Why can't I? Because you're not that person. Why am I not spinning in the air, dunking a ball and worth $1 billion in net worth? Because I am not LeBron James. Now, in trading, the same thing applies. You have strengths and weaknesses. You need to be put in an environment that's going to motivate you and help you actually figure out what you do best as a trader through very healthy psychological principles. Eh, Do, are you guys with me? Do you want to know how to actually do it and how to find yourself out and how to finally get to where you need to go? Are you with me? All right, so this is the time where I have sip of my drink. And I just want to give a toast again to the Newsbeat Live family. Thanks to you, you helped me make a lot of money. A lot of money. When sometimes that I'm lost in the market, I have such it's one thing to say your family. I know that's very cliche. So what makes the Newsbeat Live family to me? Because when I'm going to a hard time, I just lean on them and it's like leaning on ATM machines and they just, oh my God, like I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna hit the ground. Oh, they made you a cushion with $100 bills. Oh God, I love you, Newsbeat Live Room. They know how to share ideas with me. They know how to actually lift me up, and we know how to lift them up as well. And I'm going to teach you exactly to do that. But this week, they did lift me up, and they did allow me to make money every day. So thank you, Newsbeat Live community. This is to you. Some of my biggest plays came from the room, and thank you. Good stuff. Now let's talk about increasing your motivation because Your motivation might be shot down right now. Maybe you're looking at what you're doing, your losses are bigger than your gains. How do you actually make your gains bigger than your losses? So I'm going to share with you 5 tips today, or 4 or 6, but probably 5. I know I have all this stuff, everything in front of me. So, first thing to do is hang around with positive people, motivating people. There's so much science behind this. There's so much science. You probably heard it as a kid, and I want to say it's half true and half not true. So, my mom used to say as a kid, "Show me your friends, and I will tell you who you are." And I sort of, because I had some pretty crappy friends that time, in which you ever have that friend when you were growing up and they're doing something you know they shouldn't do, and it makes you feel a little awkward because you're not like on that level of, I don't know, being a private part or being like, a part of your body, one of those type of friends, right? But there is some psychological truth to it. Because if you're hanging out with some, I'll prove it to you too, and then I'll explain to you what you could do to heal it. By explaining to you, improving it to you is going to help reaffirm within your brain these principles in which you're more likely to apply afterwards. So please understand and respect the process we go through. T3 gave somebody without a psychology degree the director of psychology title. I guess every single title here, you don't really need a degree in sort of that field, right? But here I am, and hundreds of thousands of pages and whatever number it was that I have read on psychological reports, psychology reports as well, and things along that field allows me to really approach it in this sort of way. And being able to read the professionals makes you understand the entire mentality and how to actually cure people, because I also had to go through this. And unfortunately, it took me a very long time. I've been training for 21 years. I would say really to get to the point of where I'm still improving, obviously, but I think to get to the point where I was very happy was pretty much 16 years into my trading, which is a long time, and I've been trading 21 years. So just by sharing this with you, I'm hoping that you would avoid these mistakes that I made, and that is the whole point of it. So hang around with positive, motivating people. There's science on it. Do your own due diligence. Read up on it. You become the like of the people you surround yourself with. If you're in a chat room and everybody's excited and everybody is, I don't want to use the word excited, everyone is happy, everyone's making money, everybody is sharing ideas, it's more likely to help you as a trader. So, first of all, if you have a chat that is full of, you know, people bringing up 100 things in politics right now, 100 things in the, things that would upset you, that's going to have a negative effect on your trading. Perhaps the first and most important step in learning how to become motivated is to really just take a look at the people around you. Watch them carefully. Look for positive, upbeat people. The effect that they will have on you is not only important, ladies and gentlemen, it is imperative for the future longevity of your success. And you're going to begin to see how these positive people motivate themselves. And as a result, you will learn how to motivate yourself as well, and motivating yourself towards the right strategies in trading, which can take you to that next level. Could I may I move on? Do I have your permission, Newsbeat Live Room? All right, may move on. Great. Next thing we're going to talk about is communicating in a positive way. All right. There's a good way to communicate your thoughts as a trader. The truth is, traders who don't communicate and lose money are struggling because, A, not many traders can talk to their boyfriends, their girlfriends, their husbands, their wives, their friends about trading unless they're trading and doing a lot of the similar things as you. If you're scalping and somebody is holding stocks for 10 years, they're not going to relate to what you're going through. So you really have no outlet and nobody to talk to who understands you. You might make friends in the room around you, but nobody is addressing what you're going through on a very, very large, broad scale. A simple rule is to use positive communication to help the motivational forces within you. Choose to smile. We talked about it. Do you know fake it till you make it? There's science backing that. When you fake a smile, the endorphins and the unique chemical concoction released by your brain into your body is actually stimulating and makes you sharper for trades and more likely to not do things that you should not be doing as a trader. Literally, just go like that. Like fake smile, such a fake smile. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Fake smile. Just like that. That's all you need to do. You could literally, it's a brain hack. That's what it is. You're fooling your brain into thinking you're happy. Say positive things. F this trade. F that. F this. Ah, rah, 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 rah. Say positive things. When asked to write something down, make it a positive rather than a negative statement. All right, I'm going to describe this trade to you, Mark. Oh, God, I could have held it for 50 more cents. But bro, you made money. You made money. What do you mean you could have held it for 50 more cents? A meteorite could have hit you, gone through your house, and vaporized you instantly. All right? Santa Claus can literally be flying in the sky with reindeer. Ho, ho, ho. And he threw one of his presents down and knocked you in the head and killed you. What do you mean you could have held it longer? What do you mean you could have held it longer? You could have held it longer and lost money. Instead, say, I'm happy that I made this much on a trade. I was fine with it. It was a good move. Think of the positive, look at the silver lining for everything that you do, not only in trading, but in life. Because if you're approaching life in a very happy, positive way, you will be able to become more easily become successful, which is often the goal in which you're trying to accomplish. Next, positive affirmations to motivate yourself. Positive affirmations, you probably heard about them before, but I'm going to talk a little about the science and how I manage the room with positive affirmations. There's statements about yourself such as, you know, I have very good trading goals, or I'm going to achieve my trading goals, or I want to learn the right way to trade and succeed. And these type of statements will help you move from the negative to the positive and help provide the motivation that you need to ultimately succeed as a trader. So for example, like if I see somebody turning negative in the room, I always try to fix it with something positive. Like for example, if Brad is like, oh, Brad is like Mark, oh my God, I can't believe I took this trade. I lost. I'll be like, Brad, it's okay. Get to where you need to go, Brad. Everything's gonna, what strategy you did this well. Just try to lift people up. And also, you have to understand traders' mentalities. So if I have somebody like, for just random example, like Booth in the room saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe I lost on this effing trade," I'll just ban him from the room for a day, and then I'll feel better. You have to approach everything you do with a very positive mentality. Everything that you do. Most traders are motivated by success. Most of you cannot handle the psychology of losing and risking one to make two, or one to make three, or one to make five, 10. Most of you don't have the psychological capacity to do it. Yet, that is a lot of times the gold standard for your trading. Most of the time, that is the gold standard for your trading. Have a hard stop. Always have a hard stop. Have a take profit. Always have a take profit. I learned this person's strategy on how to do it. Why are 98% of people using that strategy today failing? Answer me. I have a question. Am I allowed to ask it, or are you going to silence me? Are you not going to let me ask it, or is it not a sexy topic because people in the industry don't like to talk about it? Don't give me the don't give me the discipline excuse. These people have more discipline in what they did in the toilet this morning than you have in your entire body, and you're telling this Navy veteran over here about discipline and why he can't trade. You're telling this doctor over here why he can't trade. Really? Really, bro? Cool story, bro. Learn to understand what motivates you. Motivation is consistency and success. The only thing that I have found what ultimately motivates the vast, 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 vast majority of traders is an at worst a weekly consistency, like being up money every single week. Being up money every single day is really where you should be, in my opinion. Round it up to the nearest 1, 2, 3%, like 97, 90. You should make money like every day with that in mind. No, yes, that day too. Every single day. Mark, that's impossible, Mark. Who's doing that? Hmm, I don't know. Maybe three, four, 500 people around me. I don't know, but it's a lot. It's a huge part. And then you want to talk about people making money like 70 to 90% of the time? I would say probably another five, six, seven, 800 people. And then how many people losing consistently? Hundreds. And that's exactly why I try every day to help them succeed. And that's exactly why I do things like I'm doing. I'm showing you right now what I do with them. This show was not supposed to be public, but the Newsbeat Live Room said share it with the public. They wanted to help other people. And happy Diwali. Enjoy your beautiful Indian holiday into the New Year's Sunday, right? So, happy New Year and happy Diwali. So we decided to do it publicly today. And if you're around people, if you learn to understand what motivates you, and most traders are the same. Most traders are the same. Most of you are motivated by making money and helping other people. That's what truly motivates the vast majority of traders. It's either one or both. It's either making money and or making money and helping others. And I will tell you, I'm fine if any one of those combinations are you. Because once you figure out how to eliminate what you do bad, I'm not even saying you need to improve on a lot of things. Most traders, in my experience, don't. They just literally need to carve themselves. It's like you're almost like a full tree, and I have to carve a wooden structure out of you, or you rather have to carve a wooden structure out of you to turn you into what you want, not want, excuse me, need to be as a trader. And believe it or not, what most traders need and what most traders want, a lot of times are two different stories. There are traders out there, and tell me if this is you. There are traders out there right now who feel they need to do every single thing in the market. I need to be able to scalp. I need to be able to intraday trade. I need to be able to overnight. I need to be able to swing. I need to be blah, 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 blah. And you get so mixed up with it, you're getting crappy sleep because you are sitting there at night with your phone. Wonder where my positions are. It's gapped up after hours. I'm going to go to sleep. Hopefully the gap up stays into the morning. You wake up in the morning. First thing you're on your phone. Okay, let's see. Is my stock up or down? It's down. What the F? Oh my God. And you're already causing yourself the inability to get good sleep and everything because you are everything as a trader. If you don't believe me, ask that scumbag over there who has no children to take care of, no bills that are not being helped out by other people, just chilling. Or you could be around a community of winners. The Newsbeat live room here, we do have the highest, and again, we have the highest retention rate here because, in my opinion, we have the most winners here. And those winners know how to help other people around them. Those winners know how to make money consistently. And those are exactly the winners you need to surround yourself around. Not, hi, I'm Scumbag John who lives in a fancy house and has a fancy view and a fancy car and a fancy jet and look at this P&L that I did once. Bing, 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 sign up today. That's not what you need to be surrounded by. That's a scam. And every single person on Facebook does that scam. You need to be surrounded by people who understand what you're going through, fight tooth and nail every single moment to get you to the place of where you need to be as a trader. And the final thing is learn to set and reach your goals. We talk about this so many times. We talk about traders that are just stuck in the wrong place. We call it the twilight zone. And do you guys want to see it? Should I show them the twilight zone, guys? Have another drink? Again, you guys just really just put me on your shoulders and marched me to the finish line. I love you guys so much right now. Like, God, where would I be without you guys right now? Like, you guys, love you guys. Feelings mutual. We do this every Friday, by the way. All right, and we obviously talk about different subjects. Um, so this is what I like to call the twilight zone. And what happens is people don't put in the correct efforts until much later, but everybody puts in the time because if you're a trader, you're putting in the time. Few traders come in the business like, I'm going to trade for 2 months in between on my vacation days off from work, then I'm just going to go back to work full time and not trade again. That's very rare in our industry. Once you actually put in the correct efforts, which we do on so many degrees scientifically, psychologically, to put you in this, most traders are stuck right now in what we call the twilight zone. And tell me if this is you. Tell me if I'm wrong, right? So the green is your expectations as a trader, and the red is your results. So most of the time you'll see the red line below the green because your results are less than your expectations. Whoops, wrong thing. Let me just get that back up. There. So so going through this, you'll say trading is not for me. I can't do this. I'm doing everything I'm told and not achieving the results I want. Those three things are the most common when traders are failing their expectations here. Here are where your expectations are up here. They're over here. Here are your expectations, but you're never able to get there. And then one day, almost magical. You don't even understand how it happened, by the way. All of a sudden, you start making crap ton more money than you ever even wanted to even expect in the first place. How many people right now in the Newsbeat live room can relate with that? And if you're on YouTube and Facebook, I'm not reading the chat right now. I'll probably get to it later if you guys want to ask your questions. But from right now, I'm just going to ask in the Newsbeat live room, how many people felt that where you're almost in this twilight zone? You're thinking either trading is not for me, or I can't do this, I can't whatever. I'm doing everything I'm told, I'm not achieving the results I want, and then just randomly your results just explode. You're like, whoa, what happened? Boof, Josh, Harry, CT, Kevin. Boof says less than 6 months. Mia, GM, Christy, Milan. Jaron, Parmod, Tori, Colton, Jose, Hopper. Okay. Garrett, Harry, yeah. Duan, definitely on the way, son of Mark. Okay. Aiku. All right. I'm done reading it. Thank you. Anyway, that's what happens. Once you start doing the right things, all of a sudden, like, you'll be like, I want to make X amount of money, and you start making like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10x, and you're like, what? How? Like, this is a dream, and you just think trading's the best thing in the world. There are a lot of traders here are up in this range where the red line just completely overtook this green line. And it's about being in this positive atmosphere, which can get you to these levels. It's part of being just really in the point where you learn to set and actually reach your goals. I just feel that traders spend so much money on education, education, education. Most of the education that I do, most of it I offer for free. And there are traders in this room who tell me they'll spend tens of thousands for it because it's so helpful. I offer it for you for free because I know the struggle of what you went through. I know what Wall Street did to you. I know what Wall Street did with selling you all these educational courses that could never really help you. And that's why I fight tooth and nail on top of giving that to you for free, just for being part of the room. We have these kind of talks. You know how often? 6, 7 times a week? We do this with you as part of the service. That's what changes people's lives. Not going out making out with your boyfriend while your girlfriend does your nails on a Friday night. Like putting in the effort, staying together, understanding, and all this gets recorded, by the way, so you could watch it at your best convenience. But it is all of this and everything that we do that we put in every single day that gets people to that next level. And again, you're coming from somebody, you're coming from listening to somebody like me who knows what it's like to let down 95% of the people around me. I had to learn somehow. Wasn't always like this. It's not that my stuff is good and his stuff and her stuff is bad. It's that they just don't know how to actually bestow that information upon you. Every single of those gurus out there, they're the worst educators on the planet. They know how to pitch you, but they also know how to poison you. By teaching you a methodology that causes psychological toxicity, that keeps you up at night and does all these things to you, they're not doing you a favor. They're torturing you. They're destroying you. It's psychological warfare that you just literally bestowed upon yourself, like psychological nuclear bombs dropping right on top of your head because you wanted to pay that scumbag with a high P&L flashing in front of your face money, and he taught you something, and not only did you not get where you needed to go, you're horrible. So anywhere you go, you're going to look like somebody beaten up. It's like one of those people that like come through the door and they have like two black eyes and they're just all like all beaten up and bruised, and it's like, whoa, you all right, bro? And he's like, you should see the other guy. That's what you look like when you walk into another trading service because you got so beaten up. You got so knocked out. You got so smashed to smithereens that you're just praying that something out there can work. There's someone who really can get you and help get you to that level. And you I sympathize with, and you I understand. And I've been doing this job, I've been broadcasting 13 years, so think about it. Again, one of the most old school people on a broadcast. Think about that for a second. So I've come a long way. The only difference is none of the people around me are evolving. They're not understanding what traders really need to succeed. And unfortunately, they have all the data of the mass 95, 96, 94% failure around them, where they should already know and learn, but they don't care because they keep getting paid and they can make money trading some of them. And it's just like, you're not even a priority. If you blow out, they won't even remember your name the next day. And that's the problem with the trading industry today. And that's exactly why the Newsbeat Live Room is around today. So, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank the Newsbeat Live Room, and I want to thank you guys on YouTube and Facebook watching us tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this Newsbeat Fireside show. Happy trading, this is the point where I'm supposed to lead you on, but I didn't even pitch you in the email. There is a thing to email info@t3live.com. I'm going to go back to my room and talk to the members of my room, which I'm there right now. But for you guys on YouTube and Facebook, I hope you guys enjoyed the Newsbeat Fireside. Happy trading, make money. And maybe we'll see you next time on Facebook or YouTube. But I will definitely see you next time on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast.